So Namaskara Mudra, both hands joining together. So keep your eyes closed. As we say that Namaskara, Namaste is the salutation of the soul within you to the soul in front of you. It is identification from the soul consciousness. So this is the most commonly practiced mudra from India. We'll say Namaskara Mudra. But the beauty of this is the number of receptors are maximum in your hand compared to any part of your body. When you're joining both hands together, your left brain and right brain are working in sync, in synchrony with each other. So medically, we call this as hemispherical synchronization. So both sides of your right brain and left brain are connected together just by simply giving signals from the hands because number of receptors are maximum. So the beauty of Indian heritage of yoga, Ayurveda, and spirituality is it is very subtle. But if you are able to catch up the scientific aspect and spiritual aspect of that and apply in your daily life, it will be much greater and better. So with this idea, very slowly and gently drop your hands down, release your hands. So drop it down. So, Mudra is a very tricky content where uh, it's very beautiful aspect which drawn my attention to a great level. So I gone too much into it, and there are around 729 mudras which are there, recorded. Most of them were lost in the books of Nalanda and the Takshashila. You know, a lot of heritages are lost or destroyed by people. So now, people like you who are students like Rashmiji, it's our challenge to retain that system and pass on to the next generation. For that, we have to learn. So, with this regard, I hope this knowledge will be carried forward and you adopt and teach in your daily life or your children or your known people, so that you'll experiment with it and see the benefits of it. The word mudra means it is consisting of two words, mudha and dra. Dra means to give. Mudra means happiness. Mudra is the one by doing which you'll get happiness. Mudra. Another meaning of mudra is the seal or the lock system. In ancient times, kings used to give mudra or coins. In modern mudra yojana, you might have heard. It is similar context, economics. So olden times, mudra used to be a coin made up of gold or silver or something like that, which has a seal of the king. And if you give it to people, it is like you're authorized kind of. You know. Another meaning of mudra is it is like a button which will unlock the potentials of the practice what you're doing. So it is like a electricity button. So if I press the fan button and your fan will be on. Electricity is same. If I press the tube light button, the tube light will be on. Similarly, the context of using mudra, if I use certain mudra in a particular way, it will have a certain effects on the body, mind, spirit concerning to that particular mudra. So mudra is also a reconnecting tool for subtle psychoneural connections. When you do Jnana Mudra, it means that the energy is lost from different sources, from your palms, from your toes, from your eyes, from your mouth, from your hearing, all the other sensory information. When you are gathering, when you are interacting with the external world, you are gathering sensory information by constant sensory bombardment from all the five senses. So mudra is the one where you are enhancing the subtle energy by reorienting the energy back to the body, which is getting lost otherwise. So, for example, you are holding your hands. You imagine that there's some bioelectrical energy or aura levels. Some energy is lost from the hands. When I do this reconnecting, Jnana Mudra, when I reconnect and reorient the energy system back to my body. Something like that. If you're able to grasp. So it is subtle, but it's sensitive. And the beauty of this is it has its effect only when you are able to unblock at that level. Physically, just holding a mudra will not help you so much. But if your mind, body, spirit are in line, it has its own beneficial effect. Are you okay till this point? So, scientific and spiritual aspect of mudra is it is very interesting to see that only in Indian Hindu philosophy and Buddhist philosophy, the maximum number of mudras are being used, hand gestures. So after the face, the hands are second organ of the body which is used maximum for communication purpose. Face is the first and hands are second. And most of the alternative therapies, any therapies you see, reflexology, massage, Ayurveda, Abhyanga, acupuncture, whatever you see, you use the hands. So touch therapy, simple psychological psychotherapy techniques you see, touch therapy. When mother is tapping the back of the child, so actually there is the absolute healing of Anahata chakra. Mother's hand contains energy and you are tapping the back. Now you are doing this to a child. Child will feel the feeling of the child is totally different. If you feel as an adult, if your mother or somebody loved one touches your head or back of the head, you feel a kind of soothing effect. Do you feel? So it is nothing but the energy system. It is nothing but the chakras or nothing but the subtle electrical signals where it is passed from the hands of the unconditional loving person to the child. When you also bow down to somebody doing namaskara, you are doing an interaction. So north and south pole, you see a magnet. If the person is standing north and south, and you are bowing down to the person. So the aura energy of that particular person will be passed on to you in a subtle way. So it is a very subtle science where I request you, you bow down to the people whom you know very well, not all the people, because our interactions you are not sure. You do not add on to the energy which are unknown to you. So your parents, your in-laws, your grandparents, and all your guru teachers, you can bow down, no problem. If you know it, if you want to. If you want to surrender the ego consciousness and receive the higher conscious order, when it only starts when I surrender my logical mind to uh, the person in front of you or to the energy in front of you. Then only you will be able to receive. Yoga starts when the intellectual mind stops. But still, I use the intellectual connect to make the yoga more authentic and more acceptable. Okay. So there are about 729 mudras, as I mentioned. Most of the mudras are described in various formats. So there are some puja mudras, worshipping mudras. When you worship God, you use certain mudras, gestures. There are some mudras which are used in the dance, and there are mudras which are used in the yoga. So our context or our focus is totally towards yoga mudras, not towards puja mudras or not towards your dance mudras. Now, if somebody is doing a Bharatanatyam or some dance, they are doing this. It means a deer is dancing, you know, like this you have seen somewhere, or it's like a Shiva, something like the dance. So in worshipping mudra, they'll use it, this like mudra like this to represent a kurma. Okay. So those mudras we are not doing. Those mudras we are not exploring. The mudras which can benefit us in terms of yoga therapy or the mudras can help us for ourselves or for somebody else for meditation purpose or some other while doing breathing practices, you can adopt all these yoga mudras. Okay. So you're writing it on the paper or you're writing it on the notebook. How we're doing? So put your hand on the paper and draw your जैसे बचपन में करते हैं हम लोग fingers. You can draw it now. It'll be easy for me to explain because it is your own hand. So each finger represents certain aspects of the Pancha Mahabhutas. So these are, I'll teach you four secrets where if you are able to understand and grasp the context of it without knowing the name, still it is fine for me. You don't need to remember all the names of the mudras, but if you understand what context it might be, then it is easy for you to adopt and understand. And when you see somebody doing that particular asana, you can correlate at the back of your mind what could be the reason for this person to do that asana or to do that mudra. Okay. So did you draw the paper? Did you draw it on the paper? Okay. The thumb represents fire energy. So you can put in front of thumb, you can put it as a fire. The index finger represents air. The middle finger represents akasha, space. The ring finger represents earth. The little finger represents water. Five elements in correlation with the digits. This is the first basic step for understanding the secrets of mudras. So you can repeat after me. Fire, air, space, earth, water. Okay. Continue. Reverse order. Water, earth, space, air, and fire. Okay. Small, quick uh, rehearsal kind of things we'll do. So what is this represents? You can on your fire. This one,
Fire.
you can unmute, no problem.
Air.
Fire. Air. This one,
Space.
Space. Space.
space. Yes. Earth.
Earth.
This ring finger.
This one is
Yeah.
Water.
Little finger.
water.
Water. Okay.
Water.
Yeah. So just one. We'll repeat one more time. What is my thumb represents?
Fire.
Fire.
Fire. What is my little finger represents?
Water.
What is my index finger represents?
Air,
Air.
Air.
What is my ring finger represents?
earth,
Earth.
Earth. What is my middle finger represents?
akash,
Space.
space.
Space. Okay, done. So this is the first secret what you learned. Okay. Second secret is I'm trying to condense it as less as possible to fit in this time. The second secret is when you do certain mudras, you are connecting certain aspects. In this, this is called as balance of the fire and the air. So this is when the tip of the fingers are touched from both the sides. So this will become balance. So if I do like this, it's a balance of fire and space. This is a balance of earth and fire. It's a balance of water and fire. So second secret is when you connect tip of the fingers representing each element, it indicates it is a balance. Okay? So first is 5 elements, 5 fingers. Second one is tip of any of the element touching each other is balance of those two elements. Okay? Easy or difficult? Third secret is when I fold one of the finger and put other finger on it, it means I am reducing the power of the finger which is folded and I am controlling with the power of the finger which is on the top. Now what I'm doing, I am reducing the what I'm doing, I'm reducing the earth energy and putting the fire to control it. Do you find it is interesting? So I'm trying to connect the ancient spiritual aspect, whatever they represent. It may or may not be true in terms of the modern context. If I say use this mudra, it will help you in this. It may or may not be, uh, true. In a sense, in a book they might have written, but how true you feel? Is it true really or not? It can be when I tell you all these 5 secrets. Okay. Third one is once I fold one of the finger, if I fold the index finger, put my thumb on it, what I'm doing?
Reducing the energy of air.
Yes, yes. So if you are able to understand and think in this direction, it will be easy for you. If I say, okay, this is Vayu Mudra, do like this, it will be like a spoon feed. But if I tell you the secret and I allow you to explore, you will be able to explore much better, like what you answered right now. Yes, very good. So I'm reducing, controlling the air with the fire. So this is a Vayu Mudra. Mudras I'll name later, but no need to record now. If you're able to understand the background concept which I'm trying to share, if you're able to comprehend, I'm happy for that. So first was 5 fingers, 5 elements. Second was tip of the finger touching each other is the balancing of those two elements. Third one is if I fold one and put the other finger on the top of it, the top one is controlling, the down one is reducing. Okay. Fourth secret. If I put one of the finger like this to the base of the other finger, now the previous third one is I'm reducing one element. So this one is I'm enhancing the element. So with the tip, you think like this is more fire, little medium fire, less fire. More air, medium air, less air. Something like that you think. I'm using more fire at the base of the earth element. So this will help to enhance the earth element. So this is called as Aditi Mudra or detox mudra. Example I'm telling you. Aditi or detox. So what are those 4 secrets to remind one more time? 5 elements, 5 fingers, fire, air, space, earth, water. This is one first secret. Second one is if you connect if you connect the tip of the digits, each one representing one element, it means you are balancing those two elements. It can be either 2 or 3 also. Okay. If it is three, it is 3 balance. The balance of fire, air, and space. So next one is if I reduce one element and put the other finger on it, it is the finger which is reducing that element. The finger which you are putting it on is controlling that particular element with the powering element. This is the fire. The fourth one is if I put the tip of one finger to the base of other finger, it enhances that particular energy. So like if I put this finger to the base of little finger, I'm enhancing water. If I put my thumb to the base of the index finger, I'm enhancing the air. Okay. If I put the air to the base of the thumb, I'm enhancing the fire. Are you okay with this? Okay. Now I want to show you 2, 3 mudras. I want you to tell what is happening there.
Reducing the energy of one element.
Yeah. Which element? Space. Okay. Yeah. So this is so reducing the element of space. So this is called as Akasha Mudra. Akasha Mudra helps you for the ear, for the joints, for the space within your space. The Akasha, the space. Okay. Now I'll tell you one more. Just to look at this.
Reducing the earth element,
Yes. Yes.
using the fire.
Fire. Yes. So this is called as Surya Mudra. Surya Mudra, I use it in thyroid hypothyroidism. I use it in depressions. I use it for weight reduction program. Surya Mudra. So it enhances basal metabolic rate of a person because of the increase in the fire. It reduces the earth element. Earth element. So one more last secret which I forgot to mention. Okay. So 4 secrets you learned. Fifth one is each one of these finger representing one particular part of my body. For example, if I say fire, to what I should connect in the body? I can connect with the digestive fire. I can connect with the metabolic rate, or I can connect with basal metabolic rate of the person. So that I can comprehend better. Because even in a yogic context, if I'm telling fire element and all those, people won't comprehend so much. So if I can tell this thumb is representing the metabolic content of your body, it makes sense. Is it not? So thumb is a fire energy, the digestive fire, Jataragni, or the metabolic content. Index finger is your air, the dissolved oxygen in your body, the respiratory oxygen content in your body. Make sense? So the Akasha, the space at the back of the nose, there is a space. At the back of the mouth, there is a space. Behind the chest, there is a space. In between the cells, there is a space. In between the joints, there is a joint space. So that space internally, that space outside. So the jiva, one jiva is there, and outside there is the environment. There is outside space and inside space. And within this particular living organism, there is a spaces. Mind space is different. The physical body space is different. The context is different. Okay. The space element, the space within and without. The fourth one is earth element is representative of all the hard tissues of your body. Anything which is hard, your bones, your muscles, tendons, ligaments, organs, anything hard in the body can be represented as an earth element. Medically, we know that body is made up of about 70% of water in the body. Brain contains around 90% water. That also makes sense that water element, the last one is the water element of the body, water content of the body. Okay. I told you all the 5 secrets which I learned like this. I learned like this, which is easy for me. Okay. Can you remind me of all those 5 secrets? Then I'll teach you certain mudras, then we'll close the class. Or Rashmi is there only.
सर
ठीक.
आकाश क्या रिप्रेजेंट करता है?
आकाश is a space है ना. तो बॉडी के विदिन में स्पेस है, बैक ऑफ द नोज में स्पेस है, बैक ऑफ द माउथ में स्पेस है, दो सेल्स के बीच में स्पेस है, घुटनों के जॉइंट के बीच में स्पेस है, लंग्स एंड हार्ट के बीच में जो स्पेस है, the diaphragm is a space. Diaphragm will connect your thoracic cavity and abdominal cavity. वो स्पेस बनाता है. तो बॉडी में कैविटीज है, thoracic cavity अलग है, abdominal cavity अलग है, pelvic cavity अलग है, आपका हेड एंड नेक कैविटी अलग है, थ्रोट का कैविटी अलग है. सो उसके बीच में जो स्पेस रहता है, द स्पेस बिटवीन द ऑर्गन्स बोल सकते हैं, द स्पेस बिटवीन द सेल्स बोल सकते हैं, द स्पेस बिटवीन द माइंड, माइंड के में बीच में भी स्पेस रहता है. यू नो, तो इफ आई से माइंड बॉडी स्पिरिट, स्पिरिट के बीच में भी स्पेस रहता है. If somebody is very close to you, even if you know him or her, no, don't know him, the energy will make you feel comfortable. So that is a space. किसी को ऑफिस में लोगों को आप जानते भी नहीं हो, लेकिन फील स्टिल द मोमेंट दे कम यू फील इरिटेटेड बिकॉज देयर एनर्जीज आर नॉट सो conducive to your energy. So there is a space बनता है, distance बनता है at the back of your mind in the form of energy, distance बनता है. Even if you talk to him or her in any particular hi, hello, जो भी बोलो, mentally आप space बना लेते हैं. You agree with me? So this space mudra will help you in all this aspect. तो medically मैं क्या इसको correlate कर सकता हूँ? For your application, what you can do is there are 7 types of intelligences. हमारे मन में हमारे इंटेलिजेंस का 7 टाइप्स है. क्या क्या 7 टाइप्स है आप देख लो, होमवर्क आपके लिए. 7 टाइप्स ऑफ इंटेलिजेंसेस,
Seven
7.
types of 7 types of
तो दो दो आपको बहुत बेनिफिट होगा मुद्रा में. इंट्रा पर्सनल इंटेलिजेंस, तो एक व्यक्ति के अंदर में भीतर में जो इंटेलिजेंस रहता है उसको हम लोग इंट्रा पर्सनल इंटेलिजेंस बोलते हैं. एंड इंटर पर्सनल इंटेलिजेंस, इंट्रा पर्सन, वन वन पर्सन के इनसाइड जो कंटेंट रहता है, टेक्निकल नॉलेज रहता है, कंपैशनेट रहता है, पोएट्री रहेगा, आर्टिस्ट्री रहेगा, क्रिएटिविटी जो भी है, वॉट एवर इज देयर इनसाइड is a intrapersonal intelligence. Whatever is being connected to the outside, interpersonal intelligence. You are very understandable. You are listening to the people. उनका आप पेन सुनते हो. You are able to counsel them. ऐसे कुछ जो आपका connectivity level रहता है. Based on that also intrapersonal, interpersonal हम लोग रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं. तो ये स्पेस मुद्रा से your interpersonal and intrapersonal intelligence will increase. तो इतना सटल लेवल पे हम लोग लेके जा सकते हैं ईच मुद्रा को. सो यूजुअली मुद्रा व्हेन वी लर्न, कभी भी गूगल कर लो, कहीं पे भी सीख लो. हम लोग क्या करते हैं, प्लीज डू दिस मुद्रा, ध्यान मुद्रा है. हेल्प यू फॉर योर मेमोरी, फॉर योर इंटेलिजेंस, फॉर योर रिकॉल कैपेसिटी, फॉर योर मेमोरी रिटेंशन और फॉर योर अटेंशन स्पैन, ऐसे बोलते हैं हम मुद्रा, ध्यान मुद्रा के लिए. बट एप्लीकेशन ऑफ दिस इज मच मोर बियॉन्ड द रूटीन, रूटीनली अंडरस्टूड एस्पेक्ट्स. ये बहुत तीनों लेवल पे करता है. तीनों लेवल पे कहाँ पे, बॉडी माइंड स्पिरिट. तो माइंड के लेवल पे भी इट विल हेल्प यू, एट द स्पिरिट लेवल ऑल्सो इट विल हेल्प यू. तो इंटेलिजेंस ऑफ द पर्सन इज इम्पोर्टेंट, एट द सेम टाइम इंट्यूशन ऑफ द पर्सन एंड द इंटरनल नेचर ऑफ द पर्सन इज इम्पोर्टेंट. हर एक व्यक्ति को मुद्रा डिफरेंटली वर्क करेगी. some people will only get a physical benefit that will be very minor, it's very superficial. तो सिर्फ एक ही मुद्रा करने से, कोई भी एक मुद्रा करने से somebody can become enlightened when their body, mind, spirit are in line. And by doing that particular mudra, they'll get an samadhi state or no thought state immediately, and they can extend it further. Now, those are complete applications of mudra where you go beyond the logical sense. When you're practicing mudra for 1 or 2 minutes, initially what I recommend is only practice for 1 or 2 minutes. In due course of time, when you start practicing for 1 minute, 2 minutes, I want you to practice for about 1 month, 2 months or so. Later increase to 3 to 5 minutes. So that will be our second level. So certain mudras will adopt you. So some mudras, oh, I like this mudra. You feel that inside of you, and when you do that mudra also, you feel certain comfort levels with that particular mudra. So that mudra is suited for you. So it doesn't mean that out of 55 mudras which you learnt, you need to do all the 55 mudras. No. Out of that, you practice certain things for 1 minute or 2 minutes. Out of all this, you'll get few mudras which will be close to your heart. So those are selected 5 or 4 mudras you need to practice for 1 or 2 months. You know, so that will increase your intelligence levels. So other intelligence, you see spatial intelligence, linguistic intelligence, musical intelligence, ऐसे बहुत सारा 7 levels of intelligence आता है, देख लीजिए. So when you're applying mudra to the children, I'll say that your children's attention span will increase. Children's memory retention will increase, memory recall will increase. But in due course of time, not in a one day. So application बहुत है, but when you are teaching anybody, just teach them 1 or 2 minutes, not more than that. Initially tell them physical benefits, let them get hooked on to that particular mudra. In due course of time, they themselves will tell you, oh, I got improved in this aspect and all those. So they're all different application of mudras. If I say, okay, ये मुद्रा करेंगे, इसका इतना 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 benefit है. If I tell that, it will become a kind of a spoon feed. But if I tell you those 5 secrets, then you are able to, when you go to Delhi airport, you see mudras there. Have you seen anything? You type and see Delhi airport. So they have put a lot of mudras. It is very nicely represented. So कुछ aspects में, when your sadhana is towards betterment, certain aspect of mudra will unlock your potential inner energies or unlock your kundalini energies. And that will help you to evolve from one state of mind to the higher state of mind. हम लोग जो अभी हैं वो अभी हैं. 10 years before हम लोग कैसे थे वो भी हम लोग भी थे, लेकिन there is a significant shift in our consciousness, है ना? So that consciousness shift is an evolution. तो वो evolution के लिए normally 10 years लग रहा है, तो if with a mudra therapy it can reduce it to 1 or 2 years. Are you able to comprehend what I am trying to say? ठीक है. तो in a nutshell, I don't know, time is done, I think. Rashmi is there. In a nutshell, idea is मुद्रा बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग है. क्यों? Spiritually, only two major religions of the world, Hinduism and Buddhism, uses mudras. Other religion में है 2-4 मुद्रा, नमस्कार मुद्रा है, कुछ अल्लाह से practicing प्राणावाहन मुद्रा है. But they may or may not understand the full aspect, full context of mudras. They practice but 1 or 2 mudras. ठीक. By default, our body practices lot of mudras. When I'm too much afraid, I take my both hands to the chest. Is it not? Suddenly, एकदम से घबरा गए तो I'll take my hands to the chest. क्यों? आपका प्रभाव वलय में, आपका aura में, when you are afraid, the energy around the chest will become reduced. Your hands contains maximum bioelectrical energy. Suddenly, hands will go to replenish that energy. ये देखो कितना सूक्ष्म है, कितना subtle है. Body knows it, but our mind doesn't know it. Suddenly, if some of your friends suddenly made आपको डरा दिया तो what your hands will go, अरे यार, hands will go just like this. Is it not? So the bioelectrical current or bioelectrical energy of the hand, which is full of the magnetic energy, is replenishing the lost energy around the chest, anahata chakra, suddenly like this. So I understand this, and then I use some aspect like I want to reduce the Agni, balance the interlock the Agni, keep both hands on the chest. It looks like the beak of an eagle and it looks like a wings of an eagle. I use this for anxiety, depression techniques. I'll say people take a deep breath in and do. You try once. Take a deep, both hands. Bring your both hands like this. दोनों हाथों को ऐसे कीजिए. Interlock कीजिए thumbs को. By interlocking the thumb, you are balancing the fire element on the both sides of the body. Keep it on the chest fully. Yeah, on the chest. So you feel the vibration of your own hand, kind of healing, soothing effect in your own chest area, which will work one at the physical body, second at the mind body. You'll feel at the mind also, you'll feel comfortable, contented, soothing. Let us practice this 5 times, then we close the class. Take a deep breath in. Om. ऊ का उच्चारण करेंगे 5 बार. टेक अ डीप ब्रेथ इन. Breathe in. Breathe in. One time. Breathing in. Keeping your eyes closed, breathe normally. Put your awareness between the thumb. You feel that the prana shakti or the heat around the thumb is increased for sure. So that is an example, clear example that the body's metabolic rate can be changed by doing certain gestures. You can see very closely and gently. Open your eyes and release the mudra as slow as possible. Just to release the mudra as slow as possible. Feel the heat between your hands without touching the fingers. Can you feel the warmth? Can you feel that? So that is an example that prana shakti can be enhanced or reduced by using certain gestures of the hand. These gestures of the hand are called as mudras. If it is a gesture of the hand, it is called as hasta mudra. If I use the face, it is called as mana mudra. If I use the body, it's one more type. I'll tell you in the next class. Hasta mudra, mana mudra, and other mudras. So one uses a hand. If you are doing viparita karani, if your body, mind, spirit is in alignment, it will become viparita karani mudra. If your body is in aligned, it will become viparita karani asana. So in the next, when you are doing Jalandhara Bandha, I pull my neck muscles in front and then I flex down. So that itself is a Mayura Mudra. Mayura is a neck of a peacock. Peacock neck is slender, long, strong, beautiful. So this uses isometric neck exercise where you pull the neck muscles in front. So that itself is a subtle mudra, hidden mudra in the Jalandhara Bandha, Mayura Mudra. You know? Those things we'll learn in the next class. Maybe next class, if it is half an hour, I'll teach you around 10 mudras. Okay. So if this class had created an interest in you for mudras or for yoga, then it is the purpose of this class is served. Okay. Thank you. I think Rashmiji, I have completed within a stipulated time.
Always you always add up something new that really makes me like, even though I was doing something, but I was listening to you what you're telling. So you're adding so many things into this mudra only within this short time. How many of you got this key? कि दो लोग होते हैं जो की निकाल के चले जाते हैं और बोलते हैं कि आप अंदर चले जाओ. कुछ लोग हैं कैसे की निकालना है वो बताते हैं. Right? What makes you people empowered? Who will teaches you how to open the key, right? So that whenever you are stuck, you can do it on your own. Yes. So sir's class was like that. So people teach you can learn many of the mudras, and even in the Instagram and YouTube, like this is for this and all. But if you don't know the concept behind it, then you'll not able to apply on the patients or on your students. You also know Vata, Pitta, Kapha, right? So Vata is made up of what two elements that Vata is made up of? Air and fire. Pitta, fire and water. भूल गए सब लोग, right? It was the first class that I taught you. Yes, you're not reading then. Yeah, next third one, Kapha. Is made up of earth and water. Huh? So basics. Basic है ना, ये पहले ही बताया था कि मतलब first week of the your teachers training you learned this. This is a base for you for everything. Okay, if somebody is telling that pitta is more, whether you got the key now, which are the two elements that you need to balance, right? Pitta, that means Agni and Jala. So what are the fingers that you will do? Yes. And this is for balancing, right? If you want to conquer one thing or the other, what the sir trick told you, yeah, that's how you will do. That means if Agni is less, that means Pitta is less, then also you'll work. Pitta is more, then also you will do that. Renuka, you got your mudra today?
Yeah, I was trying it, ma'am, to reduce the fire with the water. Is it right, ma'am?
Yeah, yeah.
But
I think
the
sir will
thumb should
tell them.
touch way, ma'am. The
I
thumb
think
should.
sir will tell, sir, is it right that I'm showing her? Is it right to do this? Can you see Renuka?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Sir, it is to reduce the acidity, sir, to reduce the fire.
So you're muted.
Yeah. I'll tell you in the next class. See, it's interesting that if you're able to experiment, there are people who
Yeah.
want, if there are people who wants to make you, followers.
Mm.
Like XYZ Guruji has so many thousands of followers. They'll do XYZ things.
So you're
Make
muted, sir.
good Guru is the one who will not make you a follower, but he will make you empowered to.
Again, I think, okay. Now you're unmuted.
Yeah, some calls are coming at the back.
Okay.
So if you're able to unlock the potentials of yourself by your own self with little help of a guru or teacher, then it is best. Good guru is the one who will teach things, and after he or she teaches, then will say that okay, my teaching is done. You can carry on. You can become free from me, and you can learn further. That is a better guru than the person who says, okay, you only do this XYZ.
Mhm. Then, sir, am I correct here? Reducing the
All are,
fire element with the
all are
water.
right, all are right, all are wrong. The context is different. So logically, yes, but subtle energy change. If you practice really, there will be a lot of changes in you. मैडम कल भी क्लास लेना है क्या?
Yes, sir. हम
Okay.
आप मान गए तो इतना जल्दी छोड़ेंगे नहीं हम.
हाँ वो तो है.
Okay.
Okay.
Same timing, 10:30 we can start
Yeah.
straight away. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir. That people say Bakasana. Okay, when you then say it is Bakasana. But when some people say this is Bakasana. He out Bakasana. He out Bakasana. Okay, but some people say this also Bakasana. They say that is proper Bakasana. Actually, Yes. हाँ yeah मेरा hip point ऊपर होना चाहिए ना हाँ when you lean when you go forward ना then automatically it goes forward and up. It's just you tried proposing in first time na so she's tried many times. Difference is lots of difference. Even Rekha is very pro in asanas. So she practiced before also ना मतलब उसने हैंडस्टैंड वगैरह पहले भी किया है उनकी जो रेगुलर क्लासेस चल रहा था तो उसमें किया है बट नॉट शी लर्न इन लाइक वेरी सिस्टमेटिक वे बट लाइक वो एक जंपिंग वाला कराते हैं ना जंप करो 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 काइंड ऑफ वो ऐसे ऐसे करके तो वैसे वैसे किया है बट दिस विल गिव अ लॉट्स ऑफ फ्रीडम एंड प्रॉपर स्ट्रेटजी की व्हाट यू नीड टू डू सो इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट कि तुक्का मारना 4 बार जंप मारो कि एक बार लग गया तो लग गया वो डिफरेंस आ जाता है बस व्हेन यू लर्न इट साइंटिफिकली एंड यू रिपीट दैट प्रैक्टिस दैट्स इट नथिंग इज देयर इन दैट ओनली योर प्रैक्टिस learning the technique proper way that is the first thing and doing that your practice people are like if you open the YouTube if you search like today I want to only search this one we can search it we can get the technique but how to do that technique on your own and practicing that and correcting it कि आपने एक टेक्निक सीखा आप कर रहे हो वो टेक्निक आप सही कर रहे हैं कि नहीं there the teacher needs once you learn the technique that okay this is a correct technique I got it so after that practice it depends on you we can do alone doesn't matter to ये body part heavy है मुझे take balance on my head. Take ground. He saw the story that it's about and how much you are able to that you get your अच्छा है but answer minimum चाहिए propose के you already have it. Propose doesn't mean an advanced core strengthening. That's we feel it. But actually it is more of how you do finger gripping. Okay, how you are want to go forward, the fear factor. That you need to win the fear factor over this. See, other 4 and last maker, right? We're shifting the bath, start engaging the core. So she's not able to lift the, she shifted. So she started to come up with fear. Okay, like Renuka is doing, like she's shifting. Okay, she's not engaging the core. She needs more, strength in her core, engage and hold it. So that's how you need to understand your own body, see what is really making stop. One more focus concentration is just like when I am exactly. I know it's about more of a body awareness. So how much you are aware कि आप अगर concentrate on multiple things. You need to concentrate on core, you need to concentrate on head, not body weight on your neck. You should understand your love. Everything goes on. But if you see, if once you do the first time, your body awareness may become 1 or 2.0. Okay, so you come out of those points, like you come out of the fear. Your body will understand how I will be in this position. Sit, note down. Okay, this is how to do in this position because you know already anatomy and physiology. Anatomy has to shift. Physiology has to shift when we hurt ourselves. So body is signaling the brain, okay, this is happening right now. You need to adapt these things. Okay, so first time you are allowing it. Okay, to adopt all those things. कि आपको मैं जब भी ये position में आती हूँ, you need to have to do these anatomical and physiological changes. So as you go on, right, second time, third time, and fourth time, your anatomy and physiology is also more adjusted for that, and your mind will also able to concentrate on multiple points: hand, neck, head, shoulder, balance, hip, core. So all the 5-6 points understand करने लगेगा. So then I told her कि मैंने जब पहली बार headstand किया था, I was so fearful. She was telling pull up the tailbone and all those things. क्या जबाड़ में तो like I used to feel like that. But today when I did it, now I'm taking the action. Now I make out okay, tailbone को थोड़ा pull करने से मेरी body stable होगी. When I'm engaging my core, my body is still stable. When I'm pointing my toes up, it's more stable. It is just a practice. If I simply say, but practice with awareness. It's not like जाएंगे हाँ आएंगे अरे हमने 10 बार practice किया कुछ हुआ नहीं ऐसे नहीं. The more you are aware of your body, the more you are aware of your mind, you may crack in single class also. अटेम्प्ट किया आपने तो एक अटेम्प्ट में आपके अवेयरनेस कितनी लेवल की थी. अगर आपने अवेयरनेस बढ़ाया सेकेंड में, थर्ड में आपने अवेयरनेस और अच्छा किया तो आपने निकाल दोगे उस चीज. ओके, देयर ऑफ कोर्स द कोर स्ट्रेंथ यहाँ पे चाहिए. जैसे हमें जिसमें नहीं चाहिए, प्रो में नहीं चाहिए, मतलब हेड स्टैंड में वी नीड लिटिल बिट ऑफ कोर स्ट्रेंथ, बट इन द वार्म अप you'll get it done. Okay, so that's why warm up is more important, especially the strategic warm up. If you just do a finger movement and this simple listening exercises do करते हैं, उतना ही हम करेंगे. Start at not come. Yeah, that's what I understood. Whole. So you need to warm up a muscle in a particular way so that you can crack it up.